Hi everyone. Today we have another stretchy morning flow, although you can do this at any time of the day. The last time I posted a morning flow, you guys absolutely loved it, so I wanted to post another one. This is a short form version of a longer 50-minute class that we have on our app. It is super stretchy. We move the full body. So if you were curious about giving that a try, you can do so for free using a 7-day free trial. I'll leave a link for that down in the description. But we also post 3 classes per week and have monthly live classes and quarterly series and challenges. It is an awesome place to be. We get to connect with so many people from around the world. So I would love to have you there if you were interested. We're going to get started in a child's pose in Balasana for this one. So you can take your knees as far apart as feels good. Actually, for this one, let's take it a little bit wider, maybe to the edges of the mat, maybe a little bit further out. So you just get a little bit more into the adductors. It might feel more supportive to bring the hands underneath the head if your knees are quite wide, although you can still totally have your hands forward. Take a slow breath in through the nose. And a slow breath out through the nose. Feeling the whole body get really heavy here. Softening the face. Relaxing the jaw, relaxing the lips. Feeling the forehead get really heavy on the hands if that is where they are, or on the mat. Feeling the upper back, the spine, the hips get really heavy and soft. And pulling your full attention, your full focus to your breath. Seeing if you can breathe a little slower. Maybe a little deeper into the belly, into the ribs, expanding it like an accordion in a 3-dimensional way. And taking a slow breath out through the nose. Let's do 2 more breaths like that. You might like to constrict the back of the throat for Ujjayi Pranayama, creating that wave-like sound that slows the breath even further down. If your knees are quite wide, then just slide them a little closer together underneath the hips. Reach the hands out forward if they aren't there already. Press into the fingertips, into the knuckles, into the palms. Take a slow roll up through a cat pose, breathing in, shifting your shoulders forward. And then as you exhale, tailbone lifts. Imagine your cow pose as you open the heart, open the throat, sinking your hips back towards your heels. Let's try that again, breathing in through the nose, filling up through the back of the ribs. Breathing out through the nose. Just taking a couple more breaths like this in your own time. You might like to keep the eyes closed as we begin to notice the body in motion. Noticing how these movements bring sensation to different parts of the body. Maybe through the spine, through the shoulders, maybe into the hips. If you did feel like a little bit more, you could do this from a downward facing dog. So you would tuck your toes, lifting your hips up. So you get more into the calves and the hamstrings. And also bringing a bit more activeness into the shoulders and the wrists. And let's go about 2 more. hanging out in downward facing dog, shifting there if you're not already in this asana. Maybe pedaling the feet might feel nice, dropping one heel down, dropping the other heel down, coming high onto the toes. So getting into the backs of the feet, the calf muscles. Shaking the head no, nodding it yes, so that the back of the neck is really long and heavy. We can hold a lot of tension in our shoulders and in our neck, and it can feel very tight in the morning. So it's good just to let it all go. And then take a moment in stillness where you're pressing into the hands, you're lifting your hips up, bending your knees enough so that the spine can lengthen. So for some of us, it might be quite a big bend in the knees, and that's totally okay. Let's sweep the right toes high on your breath in. Breathe out, bend the knee, open the hip. Let's take a couple of circles in one direction. You can also do this from tabletop position if down dog doesn't quite feel comfortable for you at the moment. Swap directions of the circle. Keep the knee bent, breathe in. As you exhale, roll forward, right knee comes down into the center of the mat. Lift the left toes up, breathe in. Tuck your lower ribs in. As you exhale, reach your right hand forward. Pointer. Bend your left knee, breathe in. Right hand comes around to hold on to the left foot. And you might stay down, or you could kick into your hand and open through the front. At any time you needed more support, you can do this with the right hand down too. 2 more breaths. Feel the openness through the front of the right chest as you pull your left toes a little higher. Keep pressing your left hand down, protracting through the left shoulder blade. Right hand comes down, breathe in, tap the left knee to the left elbow. As you exhale, step the left foot outside the left hand a little further forward. You might shuffle the right knee back so that you've got space to drop your hips forward. Low lunge. You can stay on your hands. If you wanted to explore, you could lower your elbows down to the ground if that was available. You can also grab a block and pop them underneath the elbows too if it's not quite there. If you felt like more activeness, you could tuck the right toes, lift the right knee off. Sometimes I like to kind of shift forward and back on my right foot so I get into the foot even more, the toes, the ankle. 2 more breaths. Place the right knee down. If you're on your elbows, come back to your hands. Shuffle your left foot in a little bit more. Both hands reach up to the sky, breathing in Anjaneyasana. Breathing out, maybe a little sink of the hips forward. I'm going to add a side bend here. Maybe left hand or left forearm comes down to the thigh, breathing in, right hand up and over. Breathing out, hold. And then come back through center. We'll swap to the other side, breathing in. Right hand could come down the right thigh. Breathing out, left arm up and over. 1 more time of each, breathing in. Option if you did feel like a little bit more, left hand could reach to the ground. If you had a block nearby, you could pop it onto a block. 1 more time on the right, breathe in. Breathe out. Bring the left hand down, breathe in, lengthen the left leg, half monkey pose. As you exhale, hold. Option here to tuck the right toes and then shuffle yourself back a little bit more so you're sitting on top of the right foot. This is going to get into the right toes, the right back of the foot, the heel even more. It's a little bit more challenging for the left hamstring. So if you notice at any point it just feels a little too intense, then shift your weight back forward. Soften the left knee. Pull the left hip towards the ground a little more. Let's go 1 more breath. Shift your weight forward. Walk the left foot back out. Plant the hands down under shoulders. Breathe in. Left knee comes behind the right knee. As you exhale, hold. Walk your hands back a little more. Reach your feet out to the sides. Take a breath in. As you exhale, hips shift back. And it might be a little shift. If you're feeling quite open, you might even be able to get your hips all the way down on the ground for cow face pose. Just work with your body. Opening through the glutes, the glute max, a little bit into the glute medius as well, the sides of the hips. As well as lots of other small muscles that help us externally rotate our hip joint. Let's go one more breath. Pausing at the back. Maybe you can sit all the way down. If this feels quite uncomfortable for you, / your right hip is coming off, then cross the right ankle on top of the left or in front of the left shin. Otherwise, you might stay in cow face pose. Take a breath in, lift the chest. As you exhale, twist to the right. Maybe it's just the left forearm around the outside of the right thigh. Dropping your shoulders back and down. Take a slow breath in. Can you lift up a little taller? Slow breath out. Rotate the chest. Unwind. Bring your hands back forward. Shift forward. Uncross your knees. Setting up for puppy pose. Hips stay on top of the knees. Take a big step forward with both hands. Breathing in. As you breathe out, drop the chest down. You could be more passive here with the elbows down on the ground, or you could press into the palms, lifting the elbows off. It's going to activate through the biceps and triceps a little bit more, as well as the smaller muscles around the shoulder joint. Can you breathe into the sides of the ribs here? Taking a slow breath out, maybe pulling the heart down to the mat even more, the tailbone higher to the sky. Let's all pull our elbows down to the ground, roll forward, tuck the chin in, Sphinx pose, breathing in, breathing out, squeezing the glutes, rolling the shoulders back and down. Pressing through all 5 fingers on each hand, if you call the thumb a finger, but also the knuckle around the index finger in particular, and the thumb. Oftentimes we kind of let that roll up. And that's going to help assist in a little bit more activation through the inside of the shoulder. One more breath. Lower yourself down, slide your hands by your ribs, push up onto your knees, breathe in. As you breathe out, tuck the toes, lift the hips up. Let's try that sequence one more time. Left toes left, breathe in. Breathe out, bend the knee, open the hip. A couple of circles with the left knee. Again, just making sure the right knee isn't locking out here. There's a little bend in the right knee or a big bend. Heel is soft towards the floor. Swap directions of the circles. Keep pressing through the hands. Keep the knee bent, breathe in. Exhale, roll forward, left knee touches down underneath the hip. Right toes left, breathe in, 3-legged table. As you exhale, left hand reaches forward as well. Bend the right knee, left hand sweeps around, breathe in, maybe catching onto the foot. As you exhale, kick away. 3 breaths here. Left hand comes down, breathe in, right knee to right elbow. Exhale, step the right foot outside the right hand a little further forward. Maybe shuffle that left knee back. You can stay on hands, you could come down onto elbows. encourage you just to have a little play here. What feels good for you today? Doesn't need to be a strict movement that you've done before or that someone's taught you. Maybe you just kind of make it up. One more breath. Left knee comes down. Walk back up onto your hands. Shuffle that right foot in a little bit more. Anjaneyasana, both arms lift up. Breathe in. As you exhale, side bend right. So again, maybe forearm on thigh, maybe reaching a little further down if you had the space in the body. Breathing in, swapping over. Breathing out, maybe left hand on the outside of the left thigh or a little further down. One more of each. Breathe in, frame out your right foot. As you exhale, lengthen your right left leg, half monkey pose, Ardha Hanumanasana. You might stay here if you felt like something a little different. Tuck onto the left toes, walk your hands back, drag your right heel back, sit down on your heel. Notice if you have any excessive tension within the body, maybe around the face or in the shoulders or in the hands. Just see if you can soften into that tension. One more slow breath. Shift your weight forward, right foot shuffles out slightly, hands on the inside of the foot. Breathe in, sweep your right leg back, right knee comes behind the left knee. As you exhale, walk the feet wide. Hands walk back slightly, a little shift forward and back. Cow face pose. And then eventually sitting your hips all the way back. Again, if you notice the left hip kind of lifting quite far away from the ground, / it just doesn't feel comfortable for you here, cross the left ankle in front of the right shin for a Sukhasana, easy pose. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist to the left. Rock yourself back out, shift your weight back forward, uncross the legs, tabletop position, back into puppy pose last time. Option this time to be on fingertips with your palms lifted off so you get a little bit more extension, or flexion I should say, with the shoulders. You could be more still, you can move around a little bit, have fun, play in your body. And then plant the hands down, plant the elbows down, just like we did before. Round your back, Sphinx pose, breathing in, lifting up, breathing out, holding. Option this time to lift the elbows. Maybe we did this last time as well, I can't quite remember. Lower the chest, hands by the ribs, push up onto knees, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog again. Walk your hands back to your feet, Uttanasana, forward fold. Maybe hugging hands behind the back of the calves, shaking the head out, no. Nodding it, yes. And then slowly rolling yourself up through standing. Once you get to the top, lift your arms above your head. Breathe in. press your palms together. As you exhale, pull the hands down the third eye, down the nose, down the lips, right into the center of the heart. Let's do 2 more like that. Breathing in, pulling the energy up. Exhaling, pulling it in. 1 more like that. Breathe in. Breathing out. Setting good intentions for the day, knowing that you can always come back to your breaths, come back to the body, what's going on right now for you. If you ever notice yourself kind of wander off, and then opening the eyes. Thank you so much, my friends. I really hope that you enjoyed the practice. Let me know how you found it down in the comments, and if you would like to see anything like this, plus any more. And just a reminder about our app, feel free to check it out. We have over 300 classes for you to explore. Yeah, I would love to have you over there if it interests you. Thank you, and I will see you on the next one.